Okay, so I thought I'd do a little show and tell. This is probably the quickest way I can show you how Buzzurky Studio works. Um, so the product is really as simple as you can see it. Basically, it's self-explanatory. It is a survey. You can use it for collecting data, running your quizzes, campaign, which at the end, of course, you have to give something away or something like that, right? If you are familiar with traditional lead gen funnels and stuff like that. So this is just another tool for us marketers to be able to to be able to reach out to some of the audience that are leaning towards something like this, right? I mean, it's something new. Hopefully, it's something that they'd be interested in engaging with, right? It all depends on where you're at with your customers. Either this is for your new customers or your existing customers. It doesn't really matter, right? I believe that a lot of people like to take polls, like to express their opinions and stuff like that. So this is safe and secured and is anonymous, right? So let me show you some of the parts. What you're looking at right now is an intro. Let's talk about the items on the right panel, and then we'll talk about the items in the left panel. Okay, so these are just plain preview, right? That's a question 1, 2, and 3. So obviously I've already built this, but instead of me coming up with, or instead of me doing this from scratch, I thought I'm gonna just show you the finished product, because I can show you in real time, how you can update it, right? So let's say, for example, this is Cushful. So, I mean, at the same time, I'm now going through the parts on how to build your survey. Let's see. So, like I said, these are the questions, right? Nothing to it. And I'll show you how you can directly edit them in real time. And then, of course, the result, which is you don't really get the result. What's the full actual result, because you have to publish it live and actually get the data, and therefore you get the actual results. Okay, so pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, just give me a holler. So now, how do these questions get generated, right? So let's start with the basics. We have the quiz title. That's that, right? And then, of course, the intro line. 5 quick questions to reveal your core leadership, blah, 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 right? Your brand name. Oh. Let's say we enter Acme Company. That's it, right? So you can brand it just like that. And let's see. So from there, answer and see results. We at the moment we cannot update the call to action here, but maybe someday we can. But it's one of those things, right? It's just very generic. So you click it, and it takes you to the first question, and that would be this question right here, right? So those are the features. Another feature, of course, is the background. Whatever you put here is what's going to be at the background, right? I can demonstrate more of that later, but as you can see here, there are 2 YouTube videos that are going to go back to back, and it's just going to keep on going. And then, of course, those YouTubers or whoever owns these materials, these videos will get credited, right? It's one way of me kind of giving gratitude to these guys who work so hard on these videos, and or you can use your own, right? So I'm just using this as a model. Anyway, so that's how it works. And of course, you can also use images instead of video, and either you can do it 1 per question, or you can just set up a default, which for me, it works better like this. See, it's just a better flow. Or I'll show you some other versions that have a background. Some of them are images, some of them are videos. um, and they can you can alternate them. It all depends on how you see things, right? I'll show you an example where it's you have an image per question because it's somewhat appropriate. So it's really up to you how you want to put this together, or up to the designer. And then there's not much design involved, right? I mean, the real design here is formatting your questions. Later on, we can get more into the whole psychology of questioning. There's all kinds of theories out there that we can talk about, and how you can come up with a really good campaign that would help you collect um, the right data that you need, right? And yeah, I mean, like I said, it's the tool is really to help you gather data and get some insights on your customers, your viewers, or for just whatever reason you're just curious about, you know, anything. But primarily, this is really built for marketers because it's something that grabs people's attention, right? Depending on the topic, depending on the questions, depending on the subject matter. At any rate, this is also something you can use for quizzes, right? This one is quiz mode, price, lead magnet type of thing. And if you click that, it will give you a different setting. I'll show you that later on. Pretty straightforward. After the quiz, it takes you to your website, right, or wherever you want to take it. So it's a free marketing tool, like I said. You can take advantage of that. Be my guest. Here, I'll give you a chance to share your GA4 ID, which would give you more in-depth details on the behavior of your users, right? Their patterns, and just straight on statistics, like how many clicked on that, and then you can map that with locations, geographic insights. Say the majority of people, you will find out that which demographic or geographic target is answering which questions with what answers. Did I get it right? Anyway, you know what I mean. So that kind of stuff. Again, these are the questions. This is defaulted to, which I'm about to tell you. Am I skipping things? No, I guess I'm okay. I'm okay. Yes, so this is set up as a personal quiz. What this is, it's kind of a high level, right? If I unclick that, it just this all turn into just a normal weighted question and answer, right? It's just a normal survey, and it will give you the data regardless. But what I'm trying to show you, or it was defaulted to, or originally it was written for, is for this setting, which is the personal quiz. And that gives us a different dimension. Gives Bazaar a different dimension, or it gives, not Bazaar, but Buzzurky, a different dimension of what this is, what tool this is. So now you're now providing a different service. You're now giving them an insight of who they are by meticulously planning on the questions and answers, which would give them a result that would give them some insight about themselves, about their personalities, or in this case, this is for leadership. It's about leadership. Let me see. Let me add that header, because it's supposed to have those header. The header is just is it do we call it a header? Theme category. Yeah, see, it just says leadership. You kind of need it, right? You can put whatever there, but it's just another way for you to label them. So this is very malleable, easy to update and adjust. It will really help you in gathering more attention. Yeah, and I'll show you a demo pretty soon from here. I just want to make sure that I covered everything. So I'm sure you can have some questions on how this is all set up, but we'll get to that. Um, all I want you to do is just visit the Survey Studio at bazaar.com/survey-studio, and you can see all the parts that that are available to you if you want to create your own. Right? It's 100% free. All I ask for you is to support me. If you have any projects out there that has anything to do with AI augmentation, there's no AI per se service that is live on this platform, on this application yet, or this tool. Um, I hate to use the word AI all the time, and I rather not. I mean, it's just really a tool built with, you know, JavaScript language. That's what it is. I mean, simple as that. And then there's some server side that takes care of the data management, querying, and the schema and all that. So it's a simple, non AI augmented yet. And this is something I want to talk to you guys about later on down the road, because a lot of people seem to have a little confusion on what AI is, and how does that relate to these new applications that are being developed and being called AI applications. Because AI is just going to go away as far as the terminology, because it's just going to be ubiquitous, just like saying application or web. It's that it's just this is a WYSIWYG studio that builds you a unique one-page responsive survey ads that engage people into giving away answers to the questions that would benefit the marketer, right, or the manufacturer, or the businesses, the enterprises, whatever. And also provide some data to the users. So you'll see more of this. But anyway, going back to my ranting on the AI stuff. Like I said, it will have some AI features, and I don't want to get into how I built this with Cloud Code, which is an AI product. Cloud Code. It's basically just the code editor by Anthropic, and I use it heavily. It's inside that is almost a sentient being. What can I say? It's I'd rather talk to Claude than talking to a human being every day, as far as like building something, because it really is a good partner. And I'll get more into what this whole era of product development and design, and it's a whole new dynamic. So I'll get more into it. But anyway, you can build products like these and share them for free. That's another thing that's going to happen out there, is that there's going to be so much products out there that's going to be built for free. But however, if I implement an AI augmented feature, it will most likely have to be a paid product, because as we all know, tokens cost a lot of money. So, but at this point, it doesn't need it right now, but at some point, maybe it will, to get more enhanced recommendations and analysis, because as we all know, LLMs, especially, Anthropic, and the way they build their LLMs are just super, super smarter than us. So we can't beat it. And I'd rather ask an LLM as far as opinions, because if you consider yourself as somewhat smart or sensible, you shouldn't be misled by AI, because what it is just a conversation. I mean, it's like talking to anyone, and anyone can mislead you. I mean, and I haven't been really misled by AI, because it's just the way I treat it. It's just the way I come from. Like, if I don't know anything and AI tells me this, and it's like going to school, and then my teacher tells me, this is how things are going, and this is the system, and learn it. A lot of times we don't counter that. We just follow the rules and listen and believe that it's true. And So when you're working with a large language model that it's super intellectual, you have to be aware that uh, that it can also give you false information. So you still have to, in a way, nothing has changed. It's just that you have a better chance of getting things right as far as facts, truths, um, sensible matter, logic, having a healthy conversation. It's large language. I don't use ChatGPT, but I know I heard it's great. But as far as me engaging with Claude Code in particular, or Claude, I go back and forth. Um, it's undescribable. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that. I just want to show you guys what Buzzurky Studio is and how it's going to help you with some of your marketing projects. So if you have any questions, just reach out to me. And like I said, follow me, support me, hire me if you have any projects that you think need some help and you want to know more about AI and AI augmented applications. Um, and yes, and we could talk about how could AI be implemented. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to do that, and I'll show you how. Right? I don't have to show you how I built it, but maybe I'll record some of it, some of my moments with Claude Code, and maybe give you a little bit of a taste on how it actually works, or how it runs, and how the process is. And before I leave you, I also want to talk about. I just want to comment on what's happening out there as far as everything, jobs, technology, and how this is kind of rattling the cage or throwing a wrench, or however you see it. There's a lot of conversations that are going around, and we can have that conversation if you like me to tell you my experience, and I would say most of it is positive. I'm just going to tell you that it's not a perfect world right now with AI, but what was, So anyway, I have a lot of things to say about it because most people just talk, and they're not actually telling the public what type of value it's bringing into their lives, as far as mitigating faster transactions and stuff like that. It's just such a great co-pilot. It's such a great assistant to your life. So I don't see any negative things about it. And yes, there are some aspects about it that it's being abused right now, and needs a lot of conversation, or a lot of dialogue, or whatever you call it. But anyway, I can only make a comment about it, and I'm not claiming that I'm one of most highly expert advisors out there. Not at all. I'm just telling you from my experience how this is unfolding from a personal point of view. As a developer, as a designer, as a consumer, as an artist, as a creator, and yeah. So it's going to be a lot of things going on, and I'd like to share more products with you, and let's keep going. So thanks for watching, and I will see you later.